Hi there, my name is Ignacy Trzewicek. I'm working at the Portal Games. I'm designer of games like Robinson Crusoe, Imperial Settlers, Stronghold, 51st State. And in this video I would like to tell you about my new game. And this game is called First Martians, Adventures on the Red Planet. First Martians is a game I was developing for more than 2 years. It took me a long time to finish the game. It is a cooperative game. You are first Martians on the planet. And this is a game that is scenario-based, scenario-driven. You will have different missions to fulfill, different missions from NASA. And in this game you will face a lot of problems, a lot of issues, a lot of struggles that you will have to fight. And you will have to do your best to survive in this dangerous Martian environment. The theme of the game is of course obvious. You are a scientist, you are on the Mars and you have to survive there, and you will have to fix the problems, fulfill missions from NASA and try to survive. You will deal with a lot of issues. You will have to deal with the malfunction of the habitat facilities. You will deal with the lack of oxygen or lack of energy. You will deal with the sandstorms which do a problem with the solar panels. You will deal with the problems of a lack of spare parts to fix the habitat. You are a scientist and you will have to find solutions for the problems that the game will throw at you. And although the game is based on the Robinson Crusoe, it has roots in this adventure game of Robinson Crusoe. This is a different beast, and I want to very clearly say it and explain to you in this video that this is a different game. In Robinson Crusoe you have a pirate, you have a treasure, you have a King Kong, you have an exploding volcano, you have a lot of crazy stuff taken from the novels of 19th century. Martian is a game about the science. It is about managing resources, it is about trying to fix solar panels and oxygen generator and take care about the farm and doing all that kind of stuff. And you have real resources, you have energy, you have an oxygen generator, you have a spare part, which is crucial. If you have any problem, you have to fix some parts and you have not enough spare parts. So this is much more serious game. This is a game about the science. The theme of the game is the science, so the game is about the science. And you will have a lot of situations when there is a problem to solve. There is a mission from the NASA to fulfill and the problem to solve. So this is, you are a scientist, and when you face a problem, you try to find solutions. So if there is a problem in, for example, MedLab, and MedLab is not working, and one of the crew guys is sick, and you have to fix the MedLab, you are looking at the habitat and say, okay, we can actually turn apart the research lab, take the processors, or take the spare parts from the research lab, fix the MedLab, heal the guy, and then we will somehow fix the research lab later. It is a situation when the crew quarters have such a huge malfunction, there is no power in the crew quarters and you cannot sleep and you cannot live there. So you take the rover, you just turn apart the rover, take the accumulators, take the generators, fix the crew quarters, but your exploration is now in a danger because you don't have a rover. It's always facing the problem, looking at habitat, looking at what we can find, where are the spare parts, what we can turn apart, what we can take some parts from and fix the other thing. This is science, managing resources, how much spare parts we have, how much energy we have, how much oxygen we have, how much food we have. Does the farm works well or not? Does oxygen provides enough oxygen for us? This is always a struggle, and looking at these resources you have, how we can survive. And above all of that, of course, is always, because this game is scenario based, above all of that is always a mission from NASA. The mission from NASA can be go there and explore this area of interest, go there and find the minerals, go there and do that or that. They always ask you for do something, fulfilling the objective, fulfilling a mission. But besides that, you have your problems in the habitat. Everything around something happens, and you have to, okay, how we deal with that, how we do that. When I was working on the game for the past 2 years, I had on my desk 2 quotes, 2 things that were pointing me where the direction of the development should be. The one was, you are on your own. That means that you have to solve this situation. There's no one that can help you because you are on the Mars and you're on your own. So one of these quotes was, you are on your own, and I had to give players, I have to give characters, and they are playing the tools to solving situations, to finding situation in every single problem. And the other quote I had was, of course, from the Martian, the movie. As Mark Watney said, he said at some point of the movie, I had to sign the shit out of this. And this was this drive that put me in the development, like, players will have this chance to improvise during the mission, during the scenario, and say, okay, so we actually can turn off research lab, take the processors, put them in a med lab, start the med lab, heal us, and they do something else. They sign the shit out of this. So they have a lot of resources, they have lots of abilities, lots of different things. This is like a huge part of this habitat. This is a lot of rooms, lots of facilities, and there are problems. And they have to sign the shit out of this, find a solution how to survive. And the farm is just dying, there's no plants, there's no food. How we can fix the farm if you don't have a spare parts? You will have a tools. You will have a tools to sign the shit out of this. And this movie is great. I recommend this a lot. And as I mentioned, these two quotes: you are on your own, you have to deal with the problems, and sign the shit out of this. That means improvise and find solution for every situation in the game. And there was the two main factors, the main quotes I had on my desk for the whole 2 years. So yes, you will be like Mark Watney. You will have to sign the shit out of this. The mechanism of the game is the mechanism you already know. I mean, at least some of you already know, because it is a game based in the roots of the Robinson Crusoe. So I use the base engine of the Robinson Crusoe, the board game, award-winning, very famous, very well received, a game released in 2012, and I changed it a little bit for the First Martians. So you will, as in Robinson Crusoe, each character has 2 action pounds. You can spend 2 action pounds to make an action and make it successful. Or if you have more things to do and you have split these action pounds for 2 different actions, that means that you are in a rush. That means that you are acting very fast because you want to do a couple of things in one moment, and that means that you will have to roll the dice. And with the dice, there may be success or no, there may be adventure or no adventure, there may be some wound, hurting yourself or no. So different outcomes can happen. So players, of course, at every single mission at the beginning, they want to play safe. They want to play without risking. They put in 2 action points on every single action, and they feel like they have everything in control. But of course, there's so many things to do. There is, of course, some random elements that will mess around. There is some malfunctions coming at some points, and then they say, okay, we have to hurry up because the mission is in a danger. And then the fun begins, and things start falling apart, and say, how it happened? We had such a great plan, and it falls apart. So in the game, you will have 4 actions, 4 basic actions. In the Robinson Crusoe, there is a build, gather, and explore. 3 basic actions. Here we have explore, that lets you go to the planet and find the new regions of interest and discover new areas of the planet. There is a gather action that lets you bring samples that you want to examine. So you are bringing samples from this terrain you already explored. And then if you have the samples, there is an action, research. It's a new action in the game, research. And you can examine these samples and go to some interesting findings and give NASA some information what you found. And the last action is a build action, just like in Robinson Crusoe. Here it is much more important because, like in Robinson Crusoe, you were fixing and building inventions. Here you are managing the whole hub, you are repairing, you are fixing, you are turning apart some parts, you are building some parts. So this build action in this whole habitat area of these all facilities is so crucial. So we have explore, we have gather, we have research, and we have build. And besides that, we will have 3 more actions. That is a control command, where you are trying to manage problems with the facilities and trying to solve some problems with the malfunctions. There is a med lab where you can heal some sickness and wounds. And there is a crew quarters action where you go and boost your morale or lower the stress of the whole team. It's super simple. If you know Robinson Crusoe, it will be very easy to start playing First Martians. You will just sit in front of the board and say, okay, this is the explore action, this is build action. You will find yourself very quickly in the game. If you don't know Robinson Crusoe, I strongly recommend the game for the first time, of course. And then, yes, the game First Martians will have hopefully super easy rules to grasp at the very beginning. In the game, you will find the introduction scenario, the tutorial scenario that will help you jump into the game. First Martian is a scenario-driven game. It's based on the scenario, on the missions, as we call them here. And in the box you will find 6 scenarios. One of these scenarios is the introductory scenario, and we recommend it to play it as the first one. It is designed to very easily explain you how the game works and shows you all the main actions. And it's quite thematic and quite interesting as well, so don't worry. And then we have 5 more scenarios. And as in Robinson Crusoe, here the scenarios are super unique. They are really different. They have different mission goals. They have different rules. They have different special conditions. They are like super small mini games in the game, just like in Robinson Crusoe. So in one scenario you will face the problem that your farm has a problem and plants are dying, and you have very very quickly find the minerals to vitalize the farm, to make the plants start growing, because you are just dying of hunger. This is a very crucial mission. And the other one is that, for example, that your probe that was going to bring samples just got lost in the storm and you have no idea where your probe is, and your gas reaction is not available. And you have to find it as soon as possible, because it's going far away from the hub, and you will have to figure out how to find the probe where it is and then bring it back to the hub. And there is the only other scenario that you are just landed on the Mars. It's the first days on the Mars. Everything is in the containers, and you have to actually build the habitat. And this is one of the, actually this is the hardest scenario, because you have nothing. You just have a couple of supplies, and you have to build the whole habitat, everything. And this is for express appliance scenario. And you have 5 scenarios plus this tutorial one, which is super interesting as well. So these are lots of gameplay, lots of interesting missions in the base box. You base the game, you have these 6 missions. But this is not all, because we put into the game a campaign. You will have a chance to play a campaign. The campaign consists of the 5 scenarios. So you have 5 more scenarios. Once again, they are super unique. I don't want to spoil, so I will not tell you anything about these scenarios. But they are, once again, super unique. And what is crucial here, they are connected with the one plotline, the one storyline. So playing the one scenario, and in the end of the scenario, it's like in a good TV show. Something happens, and you, wow, we want to play a second. Immediately, because you just discovered something. You play the second scenario, and at the end something happens. It's like in a TV show. You want immediately to play the third one, but it's 2 a.m. in the morning, and you have to go to bed. So you play the next day or the next week, and you play the third one, and once again something changes, something happens. The plot just has a huge twist in the narration, and you say, wow, we want to play the fourth one, and then you want to actually play the final one, the 5th one, and discover the whole story and how it ends. This is a super unique experience. I was super proud when I saw my playtester playing the campaign, and they wanted to play. Yes, we can play one more. We can stay with you, and we can play one more, because they wanted to discover the story. And this is something super unique and super interesting, to get attached to characters, to have all these conditions and things that you gathered in the first or second scenario going on in second and the third, and you get attached to everything that happened, and the story continues, and the regions of interest already explored stay explored, and the problem, the habitat stays, and the malfunction that had a problem before are still in the problem. If you don't fix them, it's a completely different way of playing. It's a strategic play. You play the long run, you play the strategic way. You can gain experience points during this campaign mode, so you can learn something, get new abilities during the game. Super interesting, and as I said, 5 unique scenarios connected to one plotline, one storyline. Because we are portal games, because we are crazy, because we love to put too much content in the games. There is a second campaign. Yeah, there is a 6 base scenarios, like in Robinson Crusoe. Then there's 5 more because there's a campaign, and there's 5 more because there's a second campaign. And that's why I was working on this game for 2 years, because there's lots of content. This other campaign is another level of excitement for you, I hope, and surprise, because this other one is a legacy campaign. That means that the choices you will make will matter, because you cannot play them once again. The components we put in this second campaign, the things that we put in the second campaign, are one is only. You will face some situation during this campaign that the scenario card, the scenario event, I don't want to spoil it, but at some point you will face the questions, you will have to make a choice, you will make a very important choice, and this is it. You go there or you go there, and there is no playing this campaign again, because it's a one-time legacy campaign. So I strongly recommend this campaign to be played by experienced players, so they know the game, so they know everything, they feel confident with the game, because this is a campaign that you can play only once in your life, and I hope it will be super exciting for you. developing this story, and I can tell you after this playtesting here with my different groups, I'm proud of this campaign, and I'm super excited to see feedback from you on Twitter, on Instagram, and other places. And here, after you play this campaign, how you felt about these choices I put there, and if they were tough, and I hope they were tough, and I hope that you will have a difficult choice making the choices. So as we spoke about the campaign mode and playing a couple of scenarios in a storyline, now let's talk about the app, because the game uses the supporting app. And this app is crucial in the campaign mode because the app lets you save your game. So you have played the first game, you play the second game, you make a save, and then you can continue next week, next month, or even next year if you want, because the app will remember exactly status of your campaign. But the app does lots of another things that are super exciting, and I'm super happy that we decided to this move. First of all, the app has all the event cards and all the adventure cards inside in app, and that let us help you develop better and more interesting story. Let me give you an example. If you want to play the scenario, and if you want to play a mission about the plants, this is a research mission, this is when you make a lot of research actions, the app will know that, because the app knows which scenario you play, and the app will adjust the events that are happening and adjust adventures that are happening to this kind of mission. So there will be lots of things that happen in the research lab, a lot of things that happen with the samples, and a lot of things that happen with the research action, because the app knows that you are playing a research scenario, and it offers you the events and adventures that make sense. The story is coherent, the story makes absolutely sense. So we use the app to adjust the experience to what you are playing actually. But this is not enough, because at the beginning of the game, when you start the game, the app asks you how many players. You will choose, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4 players. That will ask you what difficulty level you want to play, and you have a easy, normal, or hardcore. And depending on your choice, the app immediately knows how many players and what the level of the difficulty you want to play, and it gives you different events. So if you want to play a hardcore mode with your buddies in the Friday night, the app will choose the most hardcore event because you ask for that. And if you are playing in the Sunday with your grandma and your daughter, and you have a great family day, a family Sunday, and you chose easy level, don't worry, the app will give you just super simple events that will not hurt you, because you just want to have a fun with your family, and you just want to experience the theme of the game, and you don't want to be pushed too much. So the app knows that and adjusts experience for you as you ask for. And with such tricks, because there's many other tricks, and we will record a special video dedicated to the app to show you how we are adjusting experience for you. With these features, we make your gameplay super interesting, super immersive, super fun, because the app knows what you want this evening, and it provides you in a way of pre-constructed events, pre-constructed adventures, things that we know what you want, what you were asking for. This is the first movie that is dedicated to First Martians. I'm going to record a couple of more movies, couple of more videos, telling you more about the game in a different aspect. I will talk more about the mechanism, I will talk more about the missions, I will talk more about the app, because I know there is many questions about the app, how it works. So in upcoming weeks, please check out our video channel and see what we have for you. And basically, please stay interested, stay tuned. This is a huge business, a great game, 6 single scenarios, 2 campaigns, altogether these 16 unique scenarios, 16 different missions that we designed for you. This hell of a game in this box. I hope you will enjoy it. As I said, it took me 2 years to finish this beast, and I hope you will enjoy it as much as I enjoyed working on this game for the past 2 years. Thank you for watching. I hope you stay tuned. I hope that you can share this video to your friends. Please, I would really appreciate that if you tell your friends about this game. And thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Bye bye.